What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 45, and today we are returning with two more games with Aston Villa plus transfer deadline day as well, which we love so much, but I'm not entirely sure if we'll do any business after the recent two signings in the last episode. Before we start today's episode off though, I noticed this when I first loaded up the game. How weird is this signing? I mean, it's Career Mode, you always find weird signings, but Hero Redevaled off to Brazil at 22 years old for 9.2 mil. Isn't that like just a bizarre signing? Like, there are so many crazy signings in Career Mode. That's one of the weirdest ones I've seen this year. Like a young Dutch, young talented defender off to Brazil at 22. It's just really weird to me. I don't know why. But there is some money in the budget. Still, as you can see, there's 11.5 mil in cash available. And we might possibly make one or two more signings. I had a lot of transfer suggestions from you guys, but I'm not entirely sure because right now I'm liking the squad we have in the last episode, of course, picking up, whoops, that's the alternate team sheet, picking up two young Spanish talents. One, Fernando Torres' regen, Pacheco Flores coming in on a free transfer, and also Garcia Alonso, who you guys did let me know in the comment section in the last episode, is actually not Iniesta's regen. Thanks to everyone for commenting. There was more than just the 4 comments I'm showing, but there was quite a few comments saying Garcia Alonso is not Iniesta's regen, because if it was Iniesta's regen, he'd have the exciting prospect tag. Thanks for letting me know, and also I confirmed it earlier as I loaded up the save just to find out Iniesta has actually not retired yet, so I probably should have checked before I labelled him as Iniesta's regen in the last episode, but unfortunately, yeah, we do have Torres' regen, but not Iniesta's regen. But yeah, lots to get through today. 2 games, we've got Stoke, and we've also got, is it West Ham? I thought it was Brighton. Stoke, we played with Brighton last episode. Stoke away, West Ham away, plus deadline day 2. Loads to get through. I'm rambling. Let's just get straight to it. And after 2 losses in our first 4 games to start the season off as well competitively, that's really poor. And also 2 games where we failed to score as well. The matches today are going to be absolutely crucial, no doubt about it. Stoke away, West Ham away. 2 tough teams to face away from home, but we're going to have to come through and get the job done and get our first 2 wins away from home in the Premier League this year if we are to start showing signs of a team that are ready to take the next step. So deadline day is here then. And you can see a top deal already is Aguero to Barcelona for 89 million, Mbappe to Real Madrid for 75.6 mil, and Bale to Chelsea for 72.8 mil. We already knew about that one. The deadline day is here. We have no bids for our players yet. I think... Oh, Brereton just got selected for England. Yes, the first time ever. Benny boy, well done, son. Bag a brace on your debut. Go and do it for us. I don't think there's anyone on our transfer list right now. Just for real briefly, I'll have a quick look. Do we... No, that's a squad hub. Do we have anyone... Wait, where do you find the transfer list now? Is it in the transfer hub? It might be. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we've got Dominic King, Aidan Robinson, and Archie Cox, who's rejected 3 moves so far. So just the youngsters then that we could sell. Wouldn't get much money for these guys, even if they were all to leave us on deadline day. So right now our shortlist is looking like this. It's very, very short indeed. Barco is the one we really wanted this year, but sadly just... can't get him as player's not for sale, and we could possibly make the signing of Johannes Guys. We did talk about earlier on at the start of the season. Could have signed on a free transfer last year, decided against it. We could pick him up permanently this year, but I'm not too sure. And then there's 2 more free agents as well that you might have noticed in the shortlist in the last episode. Trapicio, Mauro Trapicio, an Argentine centre-back. Looks like he could be okay, but only 5'11" with low work rates. Oh, has he got a trait? I love it when I find youth players with traits. Backs into player. What? Why? He's a centre-back. Why is he going to back it? What, is he going to turn his goal back to his goal? I don't know. And Yohei Fukai, a young Japanese centre-forward, some pretty decent physicals and not bad technicals as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I think we'll probably just go straight through deadline day, to be honest. I'm not really that fussed about new signings. However, it is worth pointing out we don't have a third-choice goalkeeper at the moment. Now, obviously, that's something that you don't really need that much, particularly in career mode, as goalkeepers very rarely get suspended or injured. But I always like 3. It's peace of mind. It's slight realism, even though I don't care too much about it. Oh, yes, Neil Harris coming in for Archie Cox. Take him, Sir Neil. He's yours. But I wouldn't mind a third-choice goalkeeper if we could. So with 6 hours to go on deadline day, there is a young goalkeeper in the free agents pool, which I was hiding from you, because I thought you might be Iker Casillas' regen, but sadly it's not, because as you'll see, Iker is not retired yet. But he looks like he could be okay. Don't have a full scout report on the guy yet, but he looks like he could be alright based on the range of stats we have on him. Where is he? There he is right there. Dennis Laura Ramos, and he's 6'6" as well. And based on those range of stats there, he could be a pretty decent third choice youngster. So we, oopsie daisy, we don't have a scout report on the guy yet, a full scout report, and I've just made it worse, but it doesn't matter now because we're going to put him on a short list and try and bring him in. I would like a third choice goalkeeper, and again, for the future, on very low wages, at 20 years old, he's a giant, and he could be pretty decent as well. Yeah, I think he could be all right. Let's try and bring him in. This signing would definitely be in the category of unnecessary, but one to watch for the future. So sporadic squad role is good. That's exactly what we were going to offer. Now let's tie him down to that 5-year deal, and the agent is totally fine with that. We'll disregard release clause as always, and as for the wages, he does want 13 grand a week, which does suggest he could be pretty decent to begin with as well, possibly in the mid to high 60s, perhaps the early 70s if we're lucky. But on a free transfer, I wouldn't say no. We'll remove the appearance bonus. We'll leave the sign-on bonus and the wages they are though, and they're going to up it to 13.5k. Only 500 quid extra a week. I'm totally fine with that. Dennis Laura Ramos, not the regen of Iker Casillas, but a 6'6", 20 years old, some decent ranges in the attributes right now. A quick signing to start off in today's episode, but I have to say I'm quite happy with that one. Let's find out just how good this youngster is. I love making signings on deadline day, man. I just love it. I don't know why. It's just really fun to me. So Dennis Laura Ramos, what is his overall? I'm gonna guess it's 68 overall. Let's find out. It is 71. Oh yes, +3. 67 strength, 64 reactions, and oh yeah, 77 diving, 66 handling, 71 kicking, 71 positioning, and 71 reflexes with 3-star weak foot as well. Well, I tell you, I said before and I'll say it again, this is why every single year, no matter what club you are managing, you always have to check the free agents pool for those bargain buys on a free transfer. Laura Ramos in, there's the third choice goalkeeper we're angling for straight away to start today's episode off. Now let's find out just how good he is in terms of potential. Now I'm going to hope he's got the exciting prospect tag. I mean, it's possible at 20 years old, 71 overall, but I'm probably realistically imagining it's going to be showing great potential, which it is. We can definitely cope with that. Laura Ramos in, 6'6", and I've got to say on a freebie, yeah, definitely worth the cash, definitely worth signing. Welcome to the club, Dennis. That'll most likely be it for signings. I only wanted one third choice goalkeeper today, and we completed the deal within 4 hours, so that's good news. Question is Archie Cox after the den? Is he finally going to accept a move at the fourth time of asking, or is he going to reject it? Nope, sadly transfer talks are broken down. He's not interested in going to the den, and he'll be staying here, which is annoying because I'd rather have the cash, but again, it wouldn't really do much for us anyway, so I guess he can stay if he wants to, and there you go. So yeah, 3 hours left on deadline day. There have been loads of transfer suggestions, as always, and I really do appreciate them, but based on the score we have right now, it's thick, it's got good young talent, and I really like the direction we're heading in with this team right now. So I don't think we need to make any more signings at all. I like what we've got, and I think we'll just leave it as it is. It's a little disappointed we couldn't push Cox out the door in the end, because I would have preferred the cash, and obviously because our squad is so thick right now, there's a lot of players there who'll be quite unhappy at lack of game time. But that is going to do it then. There's 1 hour left on the clock, and deadline day is going to end here. As you can see what the clubs did around the leagues. We spent 27.5 mil on 5 new signings, but the only player that actually cost a transfer fee was John Stones, coming in for a new club record deal, as we also sold James Chester, Gillespie, Marcus Hayes, and also Galini as well. But all in all, a productive transfer window. You know, we talked about the lack of money we had to work with this season based on the pre-contract game we played last year, just like back in season 1. We knew that was inevitable. Whoa, what change at Anfield, man. 126.5 mil spent and 58.7 mil received. And City also having a clear out there, 143.9 mil. Oh, they sold my boy Moses Simon. I wonder where he's gone. But Manchester United spent 102 million as well. What a crazy window this was for a lot of the clubs. But I'm happy with what we did. You know, yes, of course, bringing in 4 players on free transfers doesn't show great ambition for the future with this Aston Villa team, as we want to try and improve and get really big in the next 2 or 3 years. But I think with the limited cash we had to work with, we probably did the very best we could. So that'll do it then. Deadline day is over, and yeah, I've got to say I'm happy with the score we have, and I'm happy what we did. I'm happy what we did. Swansea put in a bid for Bustos. Of course, we are going to say no because Fabricio is going nowhere. And also an academy update as well. And you can see the boys that are left in. Oopsie daisy. See the boys that are left in the youth squad right now too. Oh, Tyler Carter looks very good indeed. 77.94 potential, 61 overall. Reece Wood 84.90 potential as well. Archie Jackson could be very decent. The overall's poor to begin with. Oh, David Wilson, that young Cam looks fantastic still. Isaac Kay not quite as good. Kenneth Cameron could still be all right. Mason Griffiths could be quite good. And Larry Evans. Oh, Larry. 59 overall, 87.94 potential. There are some beastly young American talents here, baby, and I'm loving that. And that does remind me as well. because we have our scouts now back from their missions, in today's episode, guys, I'm going to be asking you to comment and let me know what nations our scouts are going out to next. So in the comment section down below, leave me a comment, tell me what country we're going to send our 2 scouts out to next, and in the very near future, we will decide via a YouTube poll, you guys will decide what 2 countries we scout next. I'll tell you what as well, if you could, please leave a pretty obscure nation in the comments. I don't mind if it's a mainstream one, but I kind of want to scout some more obscure nations as well. So yeah, comment down below what nations we scout next. And yeah, we'll pick 5 in the next episode, and you guys can vote on where our U Scout goes next. Alright, so moving into the first game of today's episode, we take on Stoke City away from home, back to the Premier League after our loss against Brighton in midweek, and back to our normal league lineup as well, as we stick with the 3-5-2. But as for Stoke, I'm pretty sure they're a newly promoted side this year. I can't remember facing them last season, maybe we did, but they're playing a 5-2-3, a decent enough team and a strong defence, but certainly a team I'm fancying our chances against as we go in search of our first away win this season in the league. Let's get it done. Come on, Aston Villa.
Well, when they get on the ball, it is a passing game, but individual ability on the ball is emphasised by a player on each team here. 2 wonderful dribblers of the ball who love to attack players and leave defenders on their backsides quite often with their mesmeric ball control.
Obviously, after losing to Chelsea and then losing to Brighton as well, 2 defeats in our first 4 in all competitions. Not a great start, but despite the formation change suggestions I did get in the last episode, I want to stick with the 3-5-2. I believe it is the best system for us, and I believe it's going to come good. I really do. You know, it did last season, did the year before. 3-5-2 is our style, baby. Got to stick with it. And I'm sure in time it's going to start working for us again as Del finds Ross Barkley. Barkley with the Roulette looks for a bit of space here. Can he feed Brereton through? He can indeed. Ben Brereton almost marked his England call-up with his first goal of the season as well. Off the crossbar, still 0-0, but Brereton so unlucky. Chance of a Stoke down this right-hand side though for their first opportunity, as we can't catch up to the man running through, and the shot comes in, and Icardi beats it away. Good stop there by a young Italian. You might notice as well with the shirt untucked. I did get a comment in the last episode asking to sort out the appearance. I know you guys hate those tucked-in shirts. So still 0-0. Good stop by Icardi as Stoke try and get their first proper opportunity to go in front. We started off better, but now they're beginning to press and come out of their shells. This game's definitely got goals in it, no doubt. I'll be stunned if this game finishes 0-0. Very decent first half this, but it is still goalless 37 minutes in. This man, though, Osama Tanane, is causing me a lot of problems in the first half, and now Mbula finds Choupo-Moting. Gets it back off Mbula, but he's tackled by Palmer Brown. We just can't get the ball clear at the moment. Stoke doing a good job of retaining possession as they look for an opening in our defence. Tanane to Diouf. And Diouf trips up, and it's a penalty. Socrates with the slight lunge. I shouldn't have pressed circle. And Stoke have a chance from the spot to take the lead. Now, poor starts of the season may well continue. 2 defeats in 4. Could well become 3 defeats in 5. Socrates with the trip on Mamadou Diouf, no complaints whatsoever, and it's that man Tanane who's had such a good start to the season. It could give Stoke the lead here, but Icardi makes the save. The Italian teenager beats it away, and we are bailed out through our young signing on a free transfer. What a stop by Icardi. It's 1 for 1 from penalty saves. Oh, Icardi, this kid is the future between the sticks for Aston Villa. Come on. Stoke building a chance directly afterwards though, and right after that, it's 1-0. Coquelin fires it home, and Paul Lambert's side take lead just before the break. Brilliant stop by Icardi, saves the penalty, but some shambolic defending once more gives Stoke an opening, and they don't miss twice. Quick ball inside by Joe Allen. Coquelin holds it up well, plays a 1-2 of his man, gets it back, and there's so much space there from just outside the area, and there's no chance for our young Italian. Bustos into Benteke, finds Schupf, and Schupf, oh, got away from his man there. Didn't realise he was in space. Holds up, finds Benteke. Benteke, oh, surely penalty, and there's one apiece. Ryan Shawcross trips up Christian in the box, and just like at the other end, well, actually it's the same end really, isn't it? It's a penalty, and the defender can have absolutely no complaints. Both captains, both leaders slipping up for their teams, and absolutely no question, definite penalty as Shawcross throws Christian to the ground. So Stoke missed their penalty. Can we score ours? Ben Brereton against Lee Grant. We're going to go to the same corner Stoke went to that right-hand side. Go on, Ben, in front of travelling fans, baby. Yes! Fires it in, and we're back on level terms. Ben Brereton hit the bar in the first half. This time makes amends from the spot and celebrates his England call-up with his first goal of the season. Stoke City 1, Aston Villa 1. Cannot afford to lose for the third time in 5 games to start season 3 off. That is not the beginning we need to a year where hopefully for our first year in the Champions League we can make a major statement both domestically and in Europe as well. And now we've got the bit between our teeth. Brereton, Grealish, oh, Tarkowski robs it before Benteke can go through one-on-one, but very, very good way to start the second half, cancelling out Stoke's goal right at the end of the first. In a game which still has more goals in it, no doubt. Kostic down the left, crosses to the middle. Akani does well, and Stones gets it clear too. Oh, you know someone's going to win this one. You just know it. Stones with the interception. Through to Andre. Andre towards Grealish. To Benteke, and waiting for the run of Jack Grealish. Benteke, Grealish, Jack chips it into the back of the net, and Jack Grealish continues his fine start to the season with his second goal as he makes it Stoke City 1, Aston Villa 2, and we complete the turnaround. We're always going to be known as the comeback kings. Benteke, the hold-up striker, really well hold-up play, rolls it through to Jack Grealish, and he dinks it over Lee Grant and into the far corner. We said he's a potential future captain. Maybe should take it in season 3. Wonderful goal. He was celebrating before it went in. Stoke City 1, Aston Villa 2. Come on. Great, yeah, this is good, good hold up play from Benteke. It's 2-1. Totally lost my train of thought there, but it doesn't matter because Jack Grealish didn't lose his confidence to dink it over Lee Grant, give us the goal to get in front for the first time and possibly deliver our first win away from home this year. But game not over yet, and in a really good one. Stoke still not finished. Cockerine's header. Akani made his mind up early, punches it clear. And Grealish, the goal scorer and possible game winner, flicks it through to Brereton, and now Benteke. Good hold-up play by Benteke, and now Brereton's through. Brereton's through. Brereton's through. This will do it. Ben Brereton, game over. First win of the season away from home. It's a brace for Ben Brereton. It's what he does, and it's all over now. Stoke City 1, Aston Villa 3. Points in the bag. Come on. And that will do it. Final score here away from home. Stoke City 1, Aston Villa 3. It's not 3 defeats in 5 because we come from behind to claim the victory. A really, really impressive and important victory on the road. For Brereton bagging the brace, that was great to see. Grealish's goal, fantastic as well. But just in general, a really great, resilient display. Well done, boys. This is one of those games where the stats lie, no question. It was a really fun game. You would have seen it by the highlights. Lots of good chances, lots of good opportunities, and 4 goals in total. And I felt we were a slightly better team as well and deserved to edge it, and I'm glad we did. But for man of the match, Christian, great target forward in this game. With all the hold-up play and stuff. Bagging 2 assists, played very well. But I thought Brereton bagging the brace was great to see, especially after getting the international call-up as well. So, Stoke 1, Aston Villa 3. I promised to extend my vocabulary at some point so I don't get caught out again. But either way, that was a great win, and I'm glad we're off the mark away from home this season. Come on. I have no idea what I was trying to say when I was discussing Benteke's hold-up play in that game. But anyway, after the game, interestingly enough, we got a bid here for Cameron Carter-Vickers. Chris Hughton wants to take him to Brighton for £15 million. Now, we do need the cash, as we discussed before, but as I also discussed before, you take a look at the signings we made over the past couple of years and the players we refuse to let go. There is no way we're selling our best players, and Cameron right now may be on the bench, but for the future of America and also for Aston Villa as well, he's got a really important role in our back line. So Cameron Carter-Vickers going absolutely nowhere, as Rico Henry has now said that his role at the club, he's been speaking with his agent, and he's helped me realise that the role at the club was he's not being given to him after we offered it in his contract. Well, he just signed a new deal, so Rico, you have to be settled for it, mate. You're a rotation player. That's how it is. And as we were advancing to the second game of today's episode against West Ham away, as we go in search of back-to-back victories, I did notice that we had 2 international friendlies, as you guys would have seen as well. But we haven't played them because, as I was simulating through the calendar, the games disappeared. And I was like, what's happened there? And then I realised it's because the performance review came on the 3rd of March. 3rd of September. And yeah, they are totally fine with me staying on after what was a pretty decent first international competition in the Copa America, reaching the semi-finals. So America wants to stay. Mexico, I thought, quite interesting there, also gave us a job. We're not going to go to Mexico. We'll say thanks for the offer, but no thank you. We're going to stay with America because I like the project we've got with America. Some decent young talent of Aston Villa, some good players in the academy as well. Yeah, we're staying on board as the USA manager, no question. USA, USA. So just for those curious on where Moses Simon went, Osasuna on loan. I mean, that's bizarre, isn't it? Osasuna on loan is where Moses Simon went. I wish I would have known he was available for loan. He wasn't on a loan list when I checked. If I would have known we could have had him on loan, I would have taken him to Aston Villa. I didn't realise he was available for loan. We missed out big time, man. Osasuna got a gem there. So moving on to our second and final game of today's episode as we stay away from home but now travel to London to take on West Ham. They are yet to get off the mark and win their first game of the season, and we'll be hoping it stays that way as we go in search of back-to-back victories. They're playing a 5-3-2. It's a really decent midfield as well with Pedro Obiang, Koyate and Shinji Kagawa at cam. But for our team, 3-5-2, same formation but one change to our lineup. Right now, not doing a good job with a clean sheet. So Eric Palmer-Brown drops to the bench and Dale Fry, who rejected that bid from Celtic for at the start of the season, will start alongside Stones and Socrates. Second game, West Ham away. Let's make it 2 wins from 2 and end today's episode off positive. Obiang through to Antonio. Nice little flick to Schick. And a chance here for the Hammers as Schick has his pass intercepted by Socrates. May have given away the penalty against Stoke, but our best defender by far, going nowhere in this lineup. And it's interesting to see who's going to be partnering Stones and Socrates. Club record signing, new captain, both of which are going to start the vast majority of our games. But who plays alongside them? Is it going to be Palmer Brown, Dale Fry, Carter Vickers, Zagadou? I'm not entirely sure who is going to hold down a first choice spot alongside those two for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll find out as the year goes on, but I'm not sure who's got the best chance. Throw for Aston Villa though, shook to Benteke, who I'd rather in the area for this moment here, but he'll find Fabian Delph, who can strike him, and off the crossbar, but Bustos surely turns in the rebound as the flag stays down, and there is our first goal of the game. A big element of fortune to the goal, but we won't mind one bit. Fabian Delph, who we know has got such a great long shot ability off the woodwork, but Fabricio Bustos, first to react, gets to the loose ball and turns it in. Was he onside? Was he onside? Oh yeah, he's miles onside as the ball cannons off the crossbar and he simply couldn't miss the rebound. Fabricio off the mark this year. 1-0 Aston Villa. A very lucky goal. We'll certainly take it. Come on. Coming towards the end of the game as Brereton comes on for Kodja. 16 minutes to go. There's been very few chances in this game at all, but I have to say our defense has been brilliant. That's the reason why Dale Fry's come into the lineup, and we discuss who's going to start alongside Stones and Socrates this year. But at the moment, Dale Fry's making a very good case. He's been absolutely rock solid at the back. Oh, as we're still currently leading by 1. I mean, I'm talking about us being rock solid at the back. I almost gifted West Ham an equaliser, but as we are still leading, if we can get a second goal, that will surely do it. Henry off the bench down the left-hand side, keeps on going. I'm going to look for Benteke if I can in the middle, but it might drop to Bustos arriving instead, who heads the cross wide of the post. Still 1-0, 10 minutes to go. Almost there, lads. Let's not let this slip. Kenny to Henry, crosses. Oh, flag stays down on Benteke, but it's the crossbar. Romero does enough. Ree gets it clear. It'll drop to Kearney towards Fabricio, and he loses it, and Koyata gets it away off the crossbar. Flag stayed down, and I really should have made it 2-0 there, and that would have put the game beyond doubt. Come on, come on, come on, don't throw us away. Hernandez on the ball, plays it inside Barkley, can't get it clear, and he'll drop to Hernandez, who fires it home. And West Ham finally equalise. We were defending so well. We were holding on for the 3 points, but our struggling, inconsistent start continues, courtesy of the little P. 1-1. Oh, and of course my camera would die right at the end as well. Barkley intercepted, but I just couldn't get it clear. And the pass deflects straight to Hernandez. I should have just smashed that circle button straight away, instead of trying to through ball it out as I always do. And Hernandez punishes us, and the clean sheet which we worked so hard for is gone. West Ham find the equaliser, and this is a bitter blow as Kodji looks for Henry, but that should go out of play, and it does, and that will be the final whistle. Final score, I only got myself to blame for missing a golden chance right at the end with Benteke, and then throwing it away later on with the Mexican firing West Ham in the equalising goal. 1-1 final score. Their wait for a win continues, but for us, the very inconsistent start continues as well. It's our first draw of the year. But when you look at these stats, it really should have been a win. But you see the problem right there. 10 shots, but only 2 of which found the target. not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. We need to improve our finishing, no doubt. And after a reasonable start initially, the defense has not been that great either. So maybe we might be changing formation after all. But for man of the match, I might just give it to Bustos. He scored our goal. He played quite well down that right-hand side. But I also thought, to be fair, despite missing a chance, Benteke's hold-up play was quite good. Delph played all right. We'll give it to Bustos. We'll give it to Bustos for the 8.2 and the highest rating on the pitch. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, though, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. We will return in the next episode with our first ever Champions League group stage with a game with Aston Villa as we take on Rubin Kazan at Villa Park. Should be a great game, and it should be a really great episode. But thanks for watching. Much love to you all. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.